Show, the Drew and Fuse Show, the Drew and Fuse Show. They clean up nicely. It's the Drew and Fuse Show, the Drew and Fuse Show, the Drew and Fuse Show. Yeah, they clean up nicely. Yeah.
What's up, Drew and Fuse Show? We are back. It's Wednesday, my dudes. It's Wednesday.
Wednesday, as my mom likes to say. Wednesday and wash my laundry.
Wash
my laundries.
I didn't know there was an R.
Wednesday it is, and new topics and excited weekends, and you were busy as fuck. I was busy as fuck. I got a ton of gig vlogs.
On.
Yeah, I actually made another gig vlog. Well, I got to edit it, but I actually recorded my 2 weddings this weekend. So if you guys aren't on the Patreon yet, go look at it, because there's a bunch of behind the scenes gig vlogs that we're going to keep on there for now. And it's kind of me just showing. Fuse will eventually do one, but for me, it's just the ones that, you know, just showing the behind the scenes that I don't necessarily want the bride and grooms to see. So you can go back there and, you know, see what's going on. There's wedding playlists and edits and all kinds of shit over there on that Patreon.
There are no edits.
I'm sorry. Exclusive content is what
exclusive
the correct
content.
Exclusive content for the podcast is what we're talking about. So,
yes, podcast exclusives. So the link's in the bio. It's everywhere. You search Drew and Fuse Show on Patreon. Sign up. It's $9.99. It's just flat out $9.99. It costs more than a Starbucks, or it costs less than a Starbucks coffee these days. So I hear.
So there's going to be a new gig vlog that I already did too. And that leads us into this week's first topic, which is wedding pet peeves. So roll that video.
Wedding pet peeves.
Listen here, folks. If your wedding's got a no jeans rule, but you're serving barbecue on paper plates, you owe me an apology. And don't make me clap for a sparkler exit in July. I'm not trying to lose my eyebrows for your Instagram reel.
How many weddings did you do this weekend? This is October, so this is fucking the heat.
The heat of the moment.
The heat of the moment.
I did a wedding this past Friday, and then I did a 45th wedding anniversary on Sunday.
Bro, I'm not even that old. I can't imagine being together that long. Sounds awful. Did they have nothing but nice things to say about each other?
It was fun. It was very easy event when it came down to it. They had every guest got there like 40 minutes early. Go figure.
Par for the course. What are you talking about?
Right. So I was playing music early. I played just, like background-y stuff. And then they had a string trio that showed up, and the string trio played for an hour and a half. Then I took back over and played dinner music. Again, just more background-y stuff. They gave me like a list of like 15 different artists they love. And it would have been all stuff that I would have played anyway. Bee Gees, Billy Joel,
Glenn Miller,
the Eagles, the Doobie Brothers,
the Cavemen with 2 sticks.
So it was all, if they had not given me anything, it would have been totally what I would have done anyway. But it's always nice to have that confirmation, of like, all right, this is what I'm going to play. So it was just dinner, background music. Then the couple spoke to their guests, and then they offered the mic up to any guests that wanted to speak to, which like 3 people came up and spoke.
I always find that hard. I mean, I can understand in that scenario because there's probably no real timeline and people probably aren't going to guess. So it doesn't matter if you extend it. But at a wedding, I always try and discourage against that because you don't know who the fuck you're going to get that in that mic.
Totally. And this is everybody was, very respectable. It was a very nice event at a very nice venue here in town.
If you still have friends at that age, then they got to be pretty tight, right? Like, yeah, I'm serious. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, if they're still your homies at that time, they're not coming up and like trying to just sabotage some random night.
No. And the couple had done some mission trips, and they had, like, I guess, flown some of the people that they like went on these mission trips to. They flew them in.
Wow.
So, and they told me they were doing that in our one meeting, and they asked me to play some, essentially Spanish music for like the dancing part too, just because a lot of their guests were going to be Spanish. So when people say Spanish music, I never really know like what they mean. So I kind of was like, I'm just going to kind of feel this out like day of when it comes to like playing some of that music. So, and what happened is exactly what I wanted to happen. I played 𝐿𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞, which is like a no-brainer, only because too, like, it was kind of similar to like the list of like stuff the couple already gave me for the dancing part, and then somebody came up and made 2 other requests for Spanish songs, and I just played those.
Yeah,
it was stuff that I already had too, like Mark Anthony. As the name is. Yes, and I played
Suavemente.
No, I played Bailando and those are the 3 Spanish songs. The dancing was only about an hour and 20 minutes ish, and they had like 10 must play songs that they wanted, and it was like Uptown Funk, Uptown Girl, Shut Up and Dance.
Did you do an Uptown wordplay?
Uptown Girl, Uptown Funk You Up.
That's tight, dude.
Dude.
And everybody freaked out for that? That's dope.
No, but you know what? I played that Uptown Girl, and you would have thought it was the hottest new John Summit track out. That's all I got to say.
I mean, that is a banger. It used to be a go-to back in the days.
Yeah. But
maybe
honestly,
get a TikTok comeback sometime.
I played Alex Warren. Ordinary was on their must play, and the couple had taken dance lessons to that song, so they're out there doing their dance to it. It was really cool, like I was like, this is cool that you got like the wife, she really still listens to music and like really wanted it to be like not so old,
yeah, they sound a little bit hipper than I was imagining.
Yeah, and what was funny is like she was hip. Because then she came up and talked to me. So this is another funny thing. She was like, they changed their mind. And she was like, I want you to open the dance floor with everybody dance now. And she was like, I want you to tell everybody on the mic that it's time for everybody to dance now. And I was like, all right, whatever, And then so like, I was like, and, I said her name and I was like, she would like me to announce that it's time for everybody to dance now. And I played it. And she's like wrangling people. She's like, come on, like getting them all up. So like it worked out. Definitely not a normal event for me, but it was good. It was sometimes it's nice to do events that remind you that it's like it's just good to be a nice person and like do something nice for people that appreciate. I had like 5 or 6 different people come up at the end of the night, like when I was packing up, saying thank you and that it was so much fun and that they loved all the music, and it was just nice.
Okay, well, the title of this was Pet Peeves, and you said a bunch of nice things, and it's great, but let's get into the peeves. Let's get into the obnoxious things that goes along with these events, because that's what these DJs like to hear. I can go, or you could go.
I'll go first.
I know there's a specific one from this 45-year-old anniversary that, grinds my gears.
So the only thing from this that really drove me nuts. And the planner I worked with, she's great. Awesome. Like she was like, do you want to go eat? Like as soon as dinner started, she was like, you go eat now. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, because it's so like
rare.
Half the time they're like, well, you can go eat. And it's like, well, I got to get started on the next thing in 5 minutes, so like, but the only pet peeve from this is just videographers and camera photographers and their camera bags and just like dropping it all behind the DJ booth. Like, I had my Toad booth there. I had my Evoxes. I had everything taped up, looking like super sleek. And this, against the setting of this window that overlooks the entire city. And there now in the background is camera bags and camera stands and you know, and it's just like, I try, took all my stuff back to the car, like
Well,
to make it look nice.
well, what's amazing to me is they're the fucking photographers. They're supposed to be the one with the eye, right? They're the one that's
Right.
going to be taking the picture later. Or not taking the picture, because no photographers take pictures of the DJ anymore. So that's why they just leave their shit everywhere. Nate
Right.
Acosta had like a fucking a great meme. It made me laugh out loud. Where
Oh yeah, where he
someone-
was like, they jumped the trash bags.
Jumping trash bags. Oh my god, fucking crying. It was so good. But I've been in that circumstance. It's so obnoxious. I have actually been saying something to him lately because one, I don't really give a fuck. I try and say it as nice as I can, but I find it to be rude, right? And if I'm nice about it, but they're going to be rude to, someone's always rude to somebody else, right? So I don't want to be rude, but you got to say something at some point. Did you say something, or like, how did you
I
deal
let it
with
go. This
Yeah.
one, I just let it go because the way the room was set up too, it was like, I don't even know where they're going to go with it at this point. And it's like already there. And like, I'm just, to be honest, like my headspace, I was just started trying to like focus on the event because it was so out of the norm of an event that I was
Right.
doing. So I was just trying to make sure that I was in the right headspace to play the right music, later. Because
Right. Now,
she kind of put the couple, she put some pressure on me when she got there, and like she was like, we were so excited to have a dance party, and I know you're just the man that's gonna make it happen. And I was like, oh shit, like like no pressure. And
right.
my set list was very vanilla in that sense too, so like
Yeah.
it was very basic.
Yeah, we all overthink it. It sucks. We overthink it. But I'm sure you killed it.
Yeah, it was good. They danced the whole time. I mean,
Yeah.
for being the age that they were, I was like impressed how much they danced and had a great time. And
Well, they
you know-
didn't tell you that they had an extended party the next day. It was all ice packs and IVs.
she came
That
up
was
to
the
me and
after
she was like, I think we're gonna do this again next year. It was so much fun.
The 46th anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you had a great coordinator, and I had a full weekend of good coordinators, and I didn't have any issues with the photographers this time. Actually, I did have a videographer that just was trying to sabotage. This weekend was people trying to sabotage me at every moment, but that's what I'm going to talk about first. Is my coordinator on Thursday, my Thursday event. Now, this is what's really my pet peeve is just the over emailing from these coordinators. It's just, I'm doing 5 songs and I'm playing their playlist, and there's not much of this back and forth that needs to happen, right?
Yeah.
And I understand you want to do your job and make everybody seem good, but I have a form with all the songs that are getting inputted. I do a call. Usually the coordinator's on the call with everything that's being inputted, and they're going to input all the songs onto their form, right? So just the over emailing of just this bullshit is just driving me crazy. But this coordinator on Thursday had the bride and groom had decided they wanted to do a money dance, and when I talked to them on the call earlier that week, I had told them that they should do it right before we do anything before dancing, right?
Right.
And so we had it on the timeline. It was all agreed on, and the coordinator we're supposed to do a group photo as well. So the coordinator put the money dance first, then the group photo, and then the money dance. And I was arguing with her, but I was trying to be nice. Same thing with you with photographers. I'm trying to like walk on eggshells here because you don't want to make anybody mad.
Right.
But this venue that we're at it was called The Loft, and it's this giant room. The bar is on one end and the dance floor is on the other end. And I mean, it's huge. It's a giant room. You could probably do 2 full weddings on either side, and it's just long and skinny. So anyways, I said, no, we have to do the money dance, then the group photo. And she's like, no, a group photo, then the money dance. Everyone stays on the dance floor. And I'm like, have you ever witnessed a money dance before? Everyone leaves. Like 3 or 4 people begrudgingly stand up there, but everyone else leaves. And she's like, no, that's not how it works. And I'm like, how fucking brand new are you? I'm like getting frustrated. I'm like, Okay, listen, I already talked to the bride and groom about it. Please, I promise you, I will get everybody back for the group photo. Just trust me. And so she did it, and then it did work out great because I was able to keep everybody on the one side that wasn't the bar, keep
Right.
everybody like dancing and happy for a solid, well, then the next thing happened. She comes up, 5 minutes into the set, and she's like, and now we're going to stop in 20 minutes and do the cake cutting. I'm like, why are you sabotaging me at every like turn,
Yeah.
And I discussed all of this stuff with the bride and groom. She just kept it on her timeline. We sent it to her in an email because there was like a Google Doc that we had changed around.
Right. Cake
So
cutting is like so nobody cares too.
no one gives a fuck. And the photographers don't even want you to go around it. So why are we highlighting it anymore?
Right. I know. I feel you. My wedding on Friday was the one with the sound ordinance, so I feel like I better touch on that since we talked about that
Yeah.
last time too. So the sound ordinance was 80 dBs up until 10 o'clock, and then 60 dBs from 10 to 10:30. So,
That's like whispering.
right. If I pulled out my dB meter on my phone right now, it would say I'm over 60 dB.
Now you did know about this one. This is the aftermath of this, right? We did
Right,
talk about this. Yep.
Yeah, so the venue made the DJ sign a thing, and they didn't even address it with the couple at all, which is very interesting to me. I don't think that's right or fair
No,
to
it's fucked
not
up.
tell them. However, I will say I did not have any problems. I sound checked outside. It was a 3 setup, so I had ceremony set up in one area. I had like a dinner set up, and they did a dance in where dinner was, and then I had to herd everybody into like the reception room where we did apparent dances and started the dance floor, like the dance party. And so 3 setups, and the very last song before their private last dance, they came up and were like, "Can you turn it down?" And I was like, "This is the last song." Like, it's 10:29, the wedding's over at 10:30. Like, what are we even doing here? Like, why are you telling me to turn it down now? But
So that room is quieter, or that room you could get louder, I'm guessing. That
yeah,
last
I
room.
mean, I had no issues. I've heard stories from other guys that listen, that live locally, that have messaged me or that have said that they have had tons of issues there. Maybe I just got lucky, and it was just my day and, whatever. But I know also the groom did reach out to him and said, that he said he told him he attended a wedding there and that, everything was super quiet and if that was going to be an issue. And so that might have helped too, that he did
I'm
that.
sure. The last venue that did that to me, I have a fake, it's not fake at all, but it's just a Yelp account that, has a fake name that I go on and just give all my rants to. And I ranted on that person's, said I was a guest at this wedding and it was so quiet. And my friend was the bride and she was hating on it too. And just said, if you're getting married here, you should not get married here because I hear nothing but awful things. So yeah.
The venue
Getting
was
back.
it's a really pretty venue. They have like this lake and they do flowers there and it was really nice, But my, Nick helped me with the wedding and thank God he was able to, because my normal assistant, who's my brother-in-law, he's in college and couldn't get out. And but definitely needed the help that day. It was just too many setups, too many like moving parts to try to, kind of tear down, and you don't want to leave stuff sitting outside in the weather. But it was good. That was a long dance set too. It was like 3 hours of dancing. So I was like trying to weave in and out of like old and new, and then finally I kind of like gave up on even trying for the old and just played new, and like everybody had fun from there.
I love it.
What else
Yeah,
we got here?
my second wedding, I'll just, and
Oh, yeah.
I have
You did too.
I have the full vlog on this, but you go on there and this was the polar opposite. This coordinator was so chill. She just sent me the timeline and guess what? Are you ready? Drum roll. Everything went smooth. Who
Oh, wow.
fucking knew? Yeah, it was wild. You didn't have to overthink it or overdo anything or show that
Right.
you're making your money. You just fucking do what you're hired to do and everything goes smooth and perfect. Everything was
Wow.
perfect on the timeline. The couple was happy. You know, it was the one pet peeve I have about it is the bar was outside.
Yeah.
So if I had one wrong song, it would just dump the whole floor and everybody would go outside.
That's how my
And
Friday wedding was too. The bar was outside. So it was
yeah.
like you're always just fighting with drinks.
Yeah. Luckily, the couple really liked dancing, and so I could recover really fast. But as long as the bartender served quick enough, you know. But
Right.
and it wasn't too far outside. But yeah, that was definitely a pet peeve. It was like, man, this ballroom, and you guys will see in the vlog that I'm going to put on the Patreon. But this ballroom looks like a cafeteria almost. It's fucking huge.
It's
There's
like
so
an
much
old school
room for a bar.
gymnasium. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
room for bars everywhere. Like you could have cocktail servers and she wouldn't even be taking up enough space. So
Right.
just really fucking obnoxious that they had to put it outside. It's and this company that runs this venue, they have like 10, 15 venues. They should know better. I mean, it's almost like, you know, when you're such a wedding farm, you don't give a fuck, right? It's, I don't know. That's the kind of shit that's my pet peeve that annoys the fuck out of me. But
Yeah, it's tough. You know, it's always something, you know, that it's always like the space is turned into this or that. And it's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but for an event flow, it's not cool, you know?
I just don't understand how, you know, these quote unquote professionals don't understand how a party flows or works, right?
Right.
And that's what's driving me crazy about these coordinators who, you know, just randomly got into it and still don't know how a fucking event flows or event
Right.
works. Or some of that cake cutting after 20 minutes makes me think they only work with shitty DJs, right? That they dump the floor and then they're trying to save it, you know,
Right.
because the DJ can't hold the dance floor. Whereas with mine, it just, you know, ends up fucking me up because I can't get them back as easy, you know? So
Right.
anyways, there you go. That's our rants and pet peeves.
That's our rant.
Now we got news.
All right, let's roll the video.
We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the most reliable source for questionable information. It's time for the news with Drew and Fuse. Tonight's top story. Local man Barry Butterfield claims he's taught his goldfish to bark. We sent our reporter to the scene, who confirmed the sound was actually Barry making bark noises from behind the sofa. We'll bring you more on this as it develops. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, today's news that we're talking about is Alpha Theta and Rekordbox released a new recording feature, is what they're calling it, and you can record your DJ mix easily. You can view your track list instantly and upload directly to SoundCloud or Mixcloud. So recording is now available in Rekordbox for iOS and Android on version 4.5.8. You can capture and share your DJ mixes to your mobile device. Whether you're mixing on a smartphone, tablet, or connected to your DJ equipment, your recorded DJ mixes can be shared directly from the app to platforms like SoundCloud and Mixcloud. So some of the other features are timestamping, sending mixes to other apps for editing and uploading or to cloud storage, adding your mixes to your Rekordbox collection. It records an AAC or WAV. So it's free to record up to 30 minutes per week. To record longer or higher quality formats such as WAV, you'll need an in-app subscription to Rekordbox, a DJ
I'm pretty
app,
sure
DJ
you
mixer, it says.
Oh, it works with the DJ app as well?
Well, it says DJ app and DJ mixer. So I'm assuming it means like your whatever DJ application.
Mm.
So that's kind of interesting. Another advancement forward from not Serato.
From not Serato. And it is cool, but 30 minutes cutoff, like I'd rather just buy a hardware that I could record unlimited.
Are you going to take a poop and you just recorded what you just played and you're going to play it over?
Who's recording 30 minutes? I mean, I guess I was doing I'm not doing it live, right?
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. I was doing 30-minute sets, so who am I to talk shit? But
the stuff that's becoming interesting to me, though, with it all is the cross, like, you can do this on your phone and you're like with the DJ app, like being able to use and access your library. That's the stuff that's really interesting to me.
Well-
like, eventually, if I could have Serato where it's like, I made the crate for my wedding and now I'm over at the reception. I'm just bringing my iPad over here and I'm going to play. You know what I mean? That's where I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
it's what I do with Spotify
Right.
for a lot of the stuff, but it is cool, dude. And it's just goes to show how much we're like reliant on our cell phones. Like most of my friends that aren't in any kind of industry don't even have a laptop. Right? Or it's like some fucking boat from 1,000 years ago, but they do everything on their phone, so.
Right.
And I hate doing shit on my phone, dude. It's the worst.
I don't want to do shit on my phone either, especially like anything on my phone.
I don't even like ordering tickets.
Yeah. I've been scammed, but we could go on and on. The phone stuff, I just want to do it all from my laptop, but there is some cool things, with it all. I wonder what's going to come down the pipeline with Serato and the new update and all that. So
we'll soon find out about 5, 6, 7 years. We'll be Serato's going to announce it. So that's when they're going to announce it. 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years. 10 years.
10 years from now when we get the new Serato update. But all right, that's it for the news, and they're calling that the Record Box Recorder. So that's all of our news today. Now we're gonna go into a little bit of social media. So let's talk. Well, first let's roll this social media video, and we'll talk social media.
Social media. Watch it and enjoy it.
Social media be like new rules every day. Algorithm, mood swings. Me just trying to post my cat. 1 minute you're like, next minute shadow what? And somehow my friend gets famous for a potato. Meanwhile my masterpiece 2 likes. Make it make sense.
All right, one of the topics that we saw today is New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve rates. So it was somebody asking, are there still good New Year's Eve parties, and what do you do about rates with New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve,
So,
the most overhyped and overrated day of the year.
well, don't tell people that, because I want that money.
I'm telling the DJs that. I'm not telling anybody else that. My ex-wife's birthday was on New Year's Eve, and we had a deal where if I got enough money, I would take the gig, we would take that money, and we would go blow it on a vacation. Now, obviously, you see how well that did because I'm divorced. But the idea is it's basically an overhyped holiday. It's too crowded. Like every time I took off, I was always just disappointed anyway. So yeah, I'd rather make that money and I think you should charge more, don't you?
Yeah, totally. So
Yeah.
there's only one of them. There's only one of them a year. Usually the event's ticketed. And if the event is ticketed, I mean, there's a lot of factors that come into play, right? There's a lot of factors, when it comes to rates. And when it comes to weddings, it's only one of those a year. So if you're going to be working a wedding, you need to get to where you feel it's worth your time to be there. I mean, really any gig, if you're showing up to a bar and you're playing a bar gig, you need to get what you feel it's worth. And if some places aren't going to pay it, and that's fine. If you don't feel that you're worth that, then you need to move on. But, it's all dependent on your skill set. There's all these things that factor in. But I would say genuinely, in general, New Year's Eve should pay a little more. Like if you're working a bar gig, it should pay a little more than.
I think most places even understand that because, maybe you're paying for a hotel, you're not driving. Like there's just so many things that go into it where I it's just that day. I definitely think you should be charging more. Say there's a venue that I just got a quote for, or I just got an inquiry for New Year's Eve, and it's downtown, right? Well, they block off all the streets in this downtown. So I'm almost going to have a guaranteed problem getting anything in or out.
Right.
And I can't leave it there the day before, right? So I'm going to have to hire a staff to help me and deal with all the drunks that are outside. It's like, you need to know that ahead of time, but I would also have to staff for it correctly because I got to deal with like all these outside issues that I'm not,
Totally.
not used to dealing with. So
Totally.
yes, definitely charge more. All right.
Definitely charge more for sure.
Yeah. Most places know, and most people know.
You
right?
know, if you're not sure what to do, ask a DJ friend in your market that has been there before, in that situation. I think more DJs should communicate with other DJs in their market, especially the ones that they're friends with, somebody that throws them work or whatever. Like, hey, like, I got this opportunity. What do you think? Or, I'm here to help people. And that's why we do this podcast. Some stuff I might not discuss openly, but still, I'm going to help as best as I possibly can. And I know you're the same. I'm not saying come to me for all the answers either.
Go ahead and slide into your DMs.
Yeah. But, and I'm not, every market's different. And, every situation's a little different. But
I feel it's pretty understood. So definitely charge more. All right. Next thing we saw on social media.
Next thing is, and this is like, all of our veteran DJs are going to laugh, and some are going to disagree probably too, but internal or external hard drive for your music. Do you want to take this one?
Internal only. I mean,
internal only.
Don't be cheap. It's what we do for a living. Pay the extra couple bucks to just take that one element out of the equation from faltering.
If you're still using that 2010 MacBook, time for an upgrade.
No, dude, that's okay. The Rain 57 and the 2010 is, from what I understand, probably the greatest combo of all time. So keep it.
You got to get an upgrade. Got to upgrade that shit. Got it.
It's trash. I just bought a MacBook Air because I love buying new computers per fuse. And I got the step up from base model. I purposely got 512 so that I get my library down and fit on that. So my internal is 512 and I have all my music, enough to do any party. I have editing software. I have enough to do most stuff on that. And I purposely did that because I don't want to, I want to be able to contain what I put on it. So if you're a hoarder, get 2 terabytes, but I just don't think it's necessary. You put the extra shit on the external, but not the stuff that goes to the gig.
100% agree.
Just that one thing that could go wrong.
Yeah.
It's like having everything on Beatport downloaded and then all of a sudden the service is out, or Spotify or whatever. Right. And then you show up to the gig and you can't play. It's the same exact thing,
Well, I was just going to say there's guys that are still using moving part hard drives, like solid state drive, solid state external drive for backup, all solid state. You need the solid state.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had so many of those hard drives, those old hard drives fail even as backups over the years. Man,
so bad.
A solid state is like the best thing that ever happened.
And this last topic is something that's been discussed already, but I want to bring it back to my coordinator that was just trying to sabotage everything. I was commenting on someone's post about dismissing tables, and I was saying, agreeing with some of the people and disagreeing with some of the people in there. And I was typing my rebuttal in the Facebook comment when that coordinator that hates fun came up to me and she's like, will you announce tables? And I had to stand on my laurels because I was like, no, I will not. And she looked at me like a deer in headlights, like, what do you mean you won't? And I said, well, I just made up the fact that I talked to the couple about it and they didn't want me announcing it over the thing. I said, if you don't have enough staff, which I knew she did, she had 5 helpers with her. I'm like, I could go, but I am, DJing. And this is also the time when I'd go get time to eat. She's like, no, we'll handle it. I'm like, yeah, do your fucking job. You should handle it. It's like in the argument on Facebook, I was saying, how do you feel if you hire somebody and that person's doing someone else's job, but totally ignoring their job? It's rude.
Yeah.
It's It's just not good. Do your job, stand at the DJ booth, mix, even if you're using Spotify for little tiny breaks, that's fine, but like, rearrange the songs, to be present. Yeah.
Right.
Don't announce tables. Trash.
I don't like announcing tables over the PA. It's just like, what are we doing? Cafeteria. Your elementary school, table 1 is now available to go on recess. Table 1.
Everybody's in a nice suit. I mean, even if you're telling me in that argument, they were like, why go around all the tables? And I introduced myself, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess to me, you're telling them that you're just not doing anything,
Dude,
because you're
for me,
free to be able to walk
here's
around
the
and not
thing.
DJ.
Here's the other thing. No matter who you are, the day isn't about you. Like, nobody cares who you are. We are the facilitator of the fun. They don't care. Like, they don't care. And if they do want to care, they'll approach you afterwards. They'll look you up afterwards. You don't need to introduce yourself. Like, they don't care. They don't care. I'm telling you. Like, I'm not like, whoa, no way. The DJ came up to our table and introduced himself. Wow.
I think about it like being at a restaurant. I'm more annoyed when someone comes up to me, right? When we're like in conversation and the waiter comes and you're like, most of the time, look, you're kind of happy you want to do it, but like, say you're in conversation, you're like, what the fuck do you want? You're like, you're interrupting me.
You go to the restaurant and they're giving you way too much information and you're like, dude, like, I don't freaking care, man. Like, I appreciate it. Like, and there's a happy balance, I think, of like being too and then like not being enough, but like when it comes to greeting tables and get the fuck out of here.
I couldn't agree more. All right. Well, that's our social media.
All right. So now we're going to do a little sponsor segment. Haven't done that in a
one of
while.
those. Oh, man, I got my liquid sparkling water from Kroger.
Oh, dang. All right. So this next segment, let's roll a video.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the DMS. DirectMusicService.com's picks of the week. Drew and Fuse, hit up with your top picks.
All right. So we're going to do some DMS picks. And if you haven't signed up for DMS yet, you can use promo code Drew and Fuse. It'll save you 30% off your first month of activation at DMS. We have tons of great edits on there, tons of exclusive editors. I use DMS all the time. It's the main place I get music from. I carry multiple pools, but DMS is the one I carry and check the most. With that being said, let's get into some picks. You want to kick us off?
Yeah, I'm going to go first. This is one of my favorite 80s songs is Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. And Marshall Simon and Zillionaire did a remix of it, and I love it. It's great. So go download it.
Zillionaire,
it's a great
always
remix.
Crushing the game. Yeah, it
always,
is a good remix.
Always. He's so good.
I think it's the #1 download for the week currently, too. So when you listen to this, it might not be, but it's #1 right now. All right. My first pick is Scooter recently did an epic intro of Flow Rida Low, and I just really like the way he redid the track. I think it sounds really good. I think it needed a little bit of a refresh, and that song is great for weddings, and, it's always requested. I feel like, yeah, so it needed something different, and I'm happy to have that version.
Yeah, I downloaded it. My next one is Sean Paul versus Molly and Silent Addy, Shake It to the Max versus Get Busy. And yeah, I love it. Just a nice little refresh for a recurrent. Yeah.
I am going to pick another Scooter edit. He did Post Malone and Taylor Swift Circles Opalite, where he put the vocal of Circles over top of the Taylor Swift song. And I really like the way it's blended. It could be fun for like a cocktail hour, dinner, something in that vein. I think it just unique, adds a little more uniqueness to the song, which I'm a fan of a lot of times, destroying the complete original, sound of it. So that's my pick. I have an honorable mention here, which I think is funny. I just wanted to bring up that Kid Cudi, Maui Wowie, is trending on TikTok, and it's trending on DMS right now too. And that song came out in like 2008, and it's just funny to me.
Is it really? I'm not paying attention to that, but that's goes to show you the power of TikTok. I do love that TikTok brings back these old songs. I don't care how they get re-famous again. It's dope.
Yeah.
Just shows that the music's not dead right after it goes out, because for a hot minute there, it was like if it didn't catch any steam the first week, it was a wrap.
Right. Totally.
So
that's going to be it for our DMS picks this week. Go sign up for DMS if you haven't yet. Sign up for the DAFS Patreon. Like Drew mentioned earlier, tons of exclusive stuff on there. We're going to be at DJC, so if anybody's going, we'll be seeing you guys there. Is there still slots left?
Yeah, it's getting close to the end, but there is still slots left. So
right. It's a recharge too, so it's a smaller event. I've been a fan of the smaller ones. I just enjoy it more. You get to connect more with people and a little more intimate setting. So if you guys are thinking about it or whatever, it's in Raleigh. We'll both be there. So
yeah,
check it out.
Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm performing with. I don't know they announced the last person yet, so I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I
know Vera is also playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
We'll
get a
see
ticket.
ya if you're coming at DJC, and if not, grab a ticket. Other than that, I think that's gonna wrap up today's episode, guys. So make sure you comment, you like, all that good stuff, and we'll see you later.
Peace.